Hello, everyone. I'm Leslie, and I lead the global events team at Image Skincare. Today, the spotlight is on ImageMD and the pros who know it best. We asked our top earning accounts to share their selling secrets so that you can increase retail sales with this advanced, results-driven collection. I'd like to introduce Leah Hegman, the co-owner of Reset Wellness in Hendersonville, Tennessee, Terry Lewis, the owner of Spectacular Skin in Memphis, and Gail Prechtel, our North Carolina educator and business development manager. We also have a special guest, our founder, Dr. Marc Ronert, a European board certified plastic surgeon and the creator of ImageMD. Now I'm going to hand over things to Kimberly James, our director of education, to get us started.
Thank you so much, Leslie. And thank you all for attending us. This is an exciting day. We get to hear from Dr. Marc, as Leslie mentioned, who is the creator and the inspiration and the passion behind the ImageMD collection, which I know, like myself, you all love so much. So I would like to introduce Dr. Marc Ronert. We're going to kick things off with him. Hey, Dr. Marc.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Super. Thank you.
Well, I thought it would be very apropos if we started by kicking things off with you, since you really are the passion behind the MD collection. And I thought it would be nice if you could give us a bit of insight, not only on the creation of the MD collection, but also a little bit about the evolution to how we've positioned the collection with all of our licensed professionals. So could you give us a little bit of history and kind of bring us up to date on the MD collection?
Yeah, sure. Happy to kick it off. I mean, we created the ImageMD line as a physician dispensed line already in 2012. And then we significantly expanded the entire collection in 2015 because the demand of more and a broader spectrum of products was very visible. So we got a lot of requests for new products. So we expanded the line from originally 4 products to now 13, 14 products that you're going to find in the ImageMD line. And obviously this is my baby, you know, really one of my favorite lines in the image portfolio. And the vision was from the beginning to create the most innovative and effective skincare line out there. So we wanted to really be unparalleled and unmatched in the industry. And we achieved that with cutting edge ingredients. And then we paired that with unique delivery systems that we developed in order for the active ingredients to penetrate better and really achieve a greater result. And then fast forward in 2020, coronavirus really changed the entire world for literally every human being on this planet. And we really also took a very hard look at how we did things at Image Skincare. And we all felt actually that it's not doing the line any favors by just limiting it to physicians to be sold. So we opened it up to all our licensed professionals. You're going to find it now in spas and resorts and plastic surgeons' offices as well. We felt very strongly that everybody that is experienced and educated on skin health should be able to recommend and educate on those products for their clients. And that's kind of the little summary in a nutshell.
Thank you. I know I can speak for many estheticians that are super excited, and we appreciate your efforts, and we're really excited to be using the products. So now we're going to bring on our other panelists. We have Gail, Terry, and Leah with us. I see Gail, and there's Leah and Terry. All right. So we have some questions. We're so excited to get some insight into your businesses, your practices, and how you're finding success with retailing and using ImageMD. I'm going to ask some questions. Some will be posed to you, all of you to answer, and then others are going to be very specific. But I think it would be great if before we dive into those questions, if each of you could just give us a little bit of a brief bio about yourself, how you came to know Image. You're such loyal Image fans and users, and also a little bit about your business. So let's start with Leah.
Hi guys. So I'm probably the Image newbie in the group. We started using Image right when the MD collection came out, which was October of 2019. And it kind of just fell in our lap. And that's primarily all we use. We're an injectables company, so we do Botox, fillers, IV hydration, microneedling, and peels. So it's very integrated into our business. And we, as owners, me and my business partner, Margaret, we use it every day just in our personal lives. So.
Great. Thank you, Leah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, we have Terry.
Hey, you guys, I am grateful to be joining you today. Thanks for having me on here. I love Image. So I've been in the medical field forever, and I've been in medical aesthetics for over 20 years. And I worked in plastic surgery and dermatology in Nashville, Tennessee. And I ran into Jana, the founder of the company, way back when she first started it, and fell in love with it immediately and started going gangbusters with that product line. I moved to Memphis. I had some stuff, went through some things, had cancer actually, survived that, opened my own business here, and I have been using Image ever since. Was really grateful to see the MD line come out because it was introducing the newer technologies. You know, we don't necessarily have to peel like we used to. It's really great. And I've just been, I'm a medical spa, and I just see people and help get their skin healthy here. So. Anyway.
Well, thank you. I love your Southern accent.
Well, thank
And
you.
we're happy to hear that you're doing well and love Image so much.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, Gail.
Hello, everyone, and it's such a pleasure to be here. Like many of you, I started out as an esthetician and massage therapist and went on to be an aesthetic instructor. I've been in the industry for well over 40 years, and many of those years I was in medical and plastic surgery. And I started my own company several years ago, doing consulting and training in the industry for professionals. And my background's actually very holistic and wellness oriented. And I was looking for something that was natural and organic, but that had medical effectiveness. And someone had turned me on to Image. I took a look at it, and I was getting amazing results. I couldn't believe the product was doing everything that it said it was going to do. And I wanted to take that on and share it with other professionals. So that's how I contacted Image, and I became a rep, and been loving it ever since.
And clearly you started in the industry when you were 5, right? 4 years.
Yeah.
You must have been 5.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. It's Image.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start with you, Gail, and I'm going to ask all of you the same question, but can you please tell me and tell the audience what your 2 favorite Image MD products are?
Yes, and you know that's a tough question. Sorry, I don't know. I hope you're not hearing that. Sorry, I thought my phone is off, but somehow it's going through my computer. Sorry about that. I apologize.
It wouldn't be real life if we didn't have some technical issue.
Well, many products, but of course, narrowing it down to 2, I would have to say the cleanser, because it's got such a unique blend of active ingredients, of a blend of acids that are very unique. So it's great for taking off dirt, pollution, makeup, as well as prepping before your treatments. And as much as I'm obsessed with the moisturizer, the SPF, I'm going to say the retinol serum. And that one I love. It just makes your skin so incredibly soft. And and actually I recommend that quite a bit for my accounts because it's so great for all different skin types and especially for ethnic skin too.
Love it. All right. How about Terry? Can you please tell us your two favorite ImageMD products?
Yeah, and I'm like Gail, it's hard to choose when a product line is so effective. But I have to say, I'll just go with what I sell the most of because, so the MD Restoring Youth Serum, what I say is that's like a vitamin C serum on steroids. If you want like really good potent ingredients, you go there. The second thing is the MD Restoring Retinol. And, it's just a breath of fresh air to be able to use a retinol that penetrates that effectively, yet you're not peeling all day long and look insane. So I love those two products. If I have to pick, those are going to be my top two.
Perfect. All right, Leah, how about you?
Well, I would love to say the entire skincare kit, but I feel like everybody keeps talking about those. So I'm going to say probably since it's peel season, the post-treatment mask. We put it on everybody post-peel or post-microneedling. It really helps decrease redness and peeling. And then probably the collagen lip treatment. I use it on my lips every day. I put it on my daughter every night. And especially great for winter.
Yeah, and pairs great with injectables, so perfect. Yep. All right, and Dr. Marc, what are your two favorite ImageMD products?
Yeah, like everybody else, it's tough for me to give two products because I designed each of those products. They're my baby, and it's really difficult to pick one. But if I would have to choose, I think the ImageMD Restoring Brightening Cream is one of my favorites because it's just so incredible lightweight and the texture feels different than anything else. And then the Restoring Overnight Mask. I totally like that a lot because in the morning your skin just feels so hydrated, even though it's so powerful and regenerating. So that would be my pick.
Perfect. Well, I agree with all of the above. My two favorites right now are the eye. I absolutely love the eye product. It helps so much with fine lines and wrinkles and hydrating the eye area, really helping with puffiness. And then I also just absolutely love the retinol booster. I love to use that with the repair cream, the youth repair cream at night. So good stuff. Okay, my next question that I will ask all of you, and we'll start with you, Gail, is how does the ImageMD collection compare with other brands that you maybe have used in the past or you're coming in contact with your accounts? And in regards of results, downtime, cost, client feedback, kind of overall product comparison.
You cut out there for a minute. Were you asking me?
Yeah, sorry, Gail. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Well, and because I've been in the industry for so long, I have had the opportunity to work with many, many lines over the years. And I will say one of the things that had struck me right from the beginning was that Image had everything that you could possibly want. In a lot of lines, you're having to search for something that's missing. And with Image, they have everything to treat all different skin conditions and all different skin types. So it was very simple, but very, very complete. One of the other things is with the MD line, you really didn't need to add a men's line because it works extremely well for men. So you're not having to purchase another men's line. And also that goes hand in hand for anyone that doesn't necessarily like a lot of fragrance. So you have that. And as far as feedback from accounts and clients, I had the opportunity to travel all over the world with Image, helping to train other professionals. And it was interesting because they all said the same thing. They said, Gail, this product sells itself. And unlike many lines that I've worked with and I've seen in the past, it is a line that people come back and they purchase it again, like no other line I've ever seen. They come back and keep purchasing it. And it's real easy to sell something once, But to keep people coming back, there's a reason for that. And that's because I think a couple things. The price point is like half of a lot of the major lines that are out there, and you're getting incredible results. So people wouldn't keep coming back and purchasing the product like they do if it wasn't working. So you're getting fantastic results at a great price.
Great, great information. Terry, how about you? How does ImageMD compare with other professional brands that you've used or are using in terms of results, downtime, cost, and client feedback?
You know, I echo what Gail said. I've been doing this a long time, and we had some pretty harsh things out a long time ago for, you know, you couldn't get out of our offices without looking like Freddy Krueger got a hold of you. And I love that it's less downtime. Well, first of all, for me, okay, in my practice here, predictable results. I am going to tell you what your skin is going to do, and it's going to do it. And if I'm wrong, I fix it, which it's, you know, it's that predictable. So I love that. And then of course the delivery, the mechanisms in which it's delivered, the less downtime, everything that Gail said, and the price point too. But if it was 4 times as expensive, I would still sell it, like, because I deliver what you need, not, you know. So anyway, I absolutely love it. I think maybe that answered, my clients love it. I mean, obviously, since I'm on this panel, right? So yeah,
Thank you.
what I have to say.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And Leah, how about you? What do you feel as far as comparison with other brands that maybe you've used or are using, and the differentiation and some comparative facts?
So one of the reasons why my business and partner and I started this business was to Botox and injectables in Nashville is just so expensive. So when we were trying to put this business model together, we were trying to find something that was a good price point, but was a great product. And this was, we've tried a lot of different products. We have a lot of different reps giving us different things. And this is always the one that this is always the one that we've chosen. I also love how it's 3 easy steps in the morning, 3 easy steps at night. And it all primarily is sold in one little kit. You don't have to be like, you don't have to buy all these individual items. And because you're buying that little kit, it brings down that price point a lot. So compared to most medical grade skincare, it's doesn't compare.
Love it. Thank you. We appreciate your feedback. Dr. Mark, same question for you, but maybe posed a little bit differently. What about when it came to developing and deciding on products and all? Was there any competitive edges or things you thought about, or how did that fit in as you were developing the collection?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to exploit the weakness of our competition during our event today. You know, I mean, I know them all. We have taken a very intense, close look to every single product out there and making sure that we just offers a superior product that delivers better results. And that's the way how we always saw it, to make sure that we just have the #1 product out there. So I feel very confident and to say that we really have the most innovative ingredients and probably the most effective products out there, and as unmatched in the industry.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, and the last question that I'll ask all of you, and then we'll move on to some specific panelist questions. We'll start with Gail. What other image collections do you pair or do you suggest to use with the ImageMD collection?
That's a great question. And really there's the entire collection can be paired with it. But when I'm making suggestions to my accounts, and especially when they're first starting out and they're not really familiar with them all yet, but things that the 2 things that really complement, I would definitely pair your cleansers with like a non-acid cleanser, like from the Ormetic, the Vital C, the Max line. And then one of my other favorite pairs is to take the MDI and pair it with the Total Ageless Eye Cream and alternate those, because that, the MD doesn't have the acids in it, but the Total Ageless does. So now you've got the retinol and the acids, and you're combining. Now you've got a kick butt anti-aging eye product regime. So a lot of times I'll pair those, but honestly, we could go on for hours about what you can pair it with.
Yeah.
But those are my
Great.
two mainstays.
Great recommendations. Thank you so much. Terry, how about you? Do you have any favored pairings or suggestions of pairing products with MD?
I have never not paired. So because I started selling Image right when it came out, basically, maybe 2 or 3 years in. And so I learned, so I never really sold just one line. I saw how it all worked together. Like, I would say that I probably do a lot of like the ageless line with the MD, but I also do probably equally the same with the Vital C line, because the treatments that I do, they need healing, and it's just easier and better on their skin to use the vitamin C line post procedures a lot of times. So I mix those every day, all of them. I mix all of the lines every day. So if you know the ingredients and you watch what it does, you can figure it out. But I've figured it out along the way, I guess. So
Spoken like a true image professional. I use it all and mix it all.
yeah, I'm a cook.
All right. Yeah. Leah, how about you? Do you have any suggestions for pairings, or maybe some favorites that image brands collection that you like to pair with MD?
Probably the most recent, because of COVID, everybody's masking. More people are masking. So we pair a lot of times sorry, that's my dog. The ageless resurfacing mask and the Vital C enzyme mask. I actually put them together and we sell those a lot, especially for post procedures for exfoliation. And then probably the probiotic masks, because a lot of people have been getting cystic acne. So we sell those a lot. And then we use the post-treatment kits, which that's a combination of a lot of lines. So we sell those a lot. We don't sell them. We just give them to patients post-procedure, but.
Okay, thank you. Probiotic mask is excellent to use with MD products. So I love those choices. And Dr. Mark, do you have any input on pairing other collections within the Image lineup with MD? Any favorites?
Yeah, like everybody else mentioned, I think the beauty of Image is that it's so versatile. You can hardly make any mistakes by mix and matching different products from different lines. But also in reality, Image MD was created to stand totally on its own. So you don't really need anything else. And it really offers everything you need in a great skincare regime. So what I would recommend though, and I would personally add to my regime, are those hydrating sheet masks that I totally love, that we brought on a few years ago. And you can match them with just anything you use.
Yeah. Yeah, those are a must-have, I feel like, for everyone. So I agree to all of the above. Okay, so now we're going to shift gears a little bit, and I'm going to ask specific questions for specific people. So my first question is back to Gail. And Gail, could you tell us how you recommend estheticians incorporate MD in the treatment room?
Yeah, sure. Really, I would just take all the MD products, all your retail products, and put them right in the back bar, and just substitute your cleanser, your serums, your creams, your moisturizer. The MD moisturizer works beautifully on most all Fitzpatrick's. It's a beautiful finish. And honestly, it's so worth using your MD products, even in the retail size, just to pay that few extra pennies. You're going to get amazing results. You can step your facial treatments up, your peel treatments up by using all the MD products in the back bar. Obviously, the post-treatment mask is amazing. after any of your more progressive type treatments like your peels or dermaplaning, microderm. But really it's going to step up all of your protocols by using the MD. It's going to help to intensify and give a better result.
Great, thank you so much. Next question is for Terry. Terry, do you have any Image MD retail tips that you have found successful that you could share with our audience?
Yeah, so basically the people that come to me know this. My mantra is there's a fundamental fact about skin. It wants to repair itself if you give it the right ingredients. And so that product line has the right ingredients most of the time, pretty much all the time. And that I say that I give samples. When people come, I write their protocol out and I give them the samples and I tell them what their skin's going to do. And then I say, when you run out of these samples, come get your products. Everybody comes to get their products. And that sold itself. That was and at first that was a risky, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be buying a lot of samples, but it pays off. Let's see. I guarantee, this is another interesting one that I do. I guarantee that if I put you on the wrong protocol, that I'll replace it. So I will take that back and refund you and put you on the right protocol. Nobody ever needs the right. I mean, once in a blue moon it happens. Usually not with an Image product too, by the way. Let's see. I always check to make sure, see if they're running low on things. I know when they bought last, I know what they're running out of. I know how long it takes for them to use each product. I do not, this is a good one. I learned this a long time ago. Do not sell out of your own wallet. And, because a lot of people think, oh, that's more expensive. And you've got one skin, one life, don't sell them out of your wallet. Let them buy what they need. And I tell my clients I'm a really bad salesperson, but I'm really good at letting you buy stuff that you need. So there's that. I care, and it's all about the results. So you can't go wrong with Image MD.
I love it. Great advice. Great retail strategies there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Leah, question for you. How has Image MD helped you grow your business?
I think it was just an easy thing to add. We're mainly doing injectables. So a lot of people are like, hey, how can I increase my Botox? How can I increase the length of my Botox? And my first answer is always medical grade skincare. We always say if you're not using medical grade skincare, or if you're not using good skincare, then it's like brushing your teeth when you go to the dentist. So so that kind of just goes hand in hand. If you want to prolong your Botox, then you need good skincare. So that's kind of an easy sell for us. And then also we use it. So I think it's helped grow us because we practice what we preach. If we're using it, it's an easy sell for us because it's on our face all the time.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Like you said, if we were to go to just get our dental cleanings and then we never brushed our teeth, we can educate our clients. You're coming in for these professional treatments, but then you're going home to a bar of soap. It doesn't make sense. So really that retail will grow your business much more than just the professional treatment room practice. So thank you for sharing. Okay, and Dr. Marc, could you tell the audience a little bit about the delivery systems in Image MD and what makes them so effective? And I know that's a big science, but maybe just a little brief.
There's a few delivery systems in there, but just try to keep it as simple as possible. A delivery system is a vehicle basically that helps active ingredients penetrate deeper into the skin, so they would create a better result. And I believe actually that's the biggest differentiator at Image, that we developed our own proprietary technology to ensure that ingredients actually deliver results. And we use different methods, but just to give you one example how this works is that we are adding similar or identical ingredients that mimic the natural skin matrix and structure. Okay, and that creates a much more even and consistent ingredient film on our skin, and therefore increase the concentration of actives that are being delivered into the skin. If that makes any sense to you. It's basically a film forming effect and a mimicking of the ingredients that the skincare product in itself has, that also our skin knows. And that helps with opening pathways within our skin cells and getting those active ingredients just deeper into the skin.
The skin recognizes it, so it accepts it because it's familiar. Love it. Okay. Our next round of questions, we're going to start with Gail again. Can you tell us, Gail, what Image MD products you recommend using with devices?
Another great question. Well, all of the line, you can use when you're prepping the skin and getting the skin ready. But then, of course, with some of your devices, it just depends on how progressive you're going and what it is that you're trying to do. Obviously, you would want the core products, the ones that come in the kit. The Image kit. This has got your 4 products, and that's so easy to prep people. So when you're using devices, you definitely want to pull your core products and have people prep before laser, before your more progressive chemical peels, even before surgery, to get the skin as healthy as possible. But then for simpler things like your dermaplaning, your microderm, your peels, you can use your post-treatment mask. You can also incorporate some of the new backbar products that Image has too, with the MD products in creating new protocols, like the microdermabrasion exfoliator or the prep. So you just have to also you can also step it up if you're doing some very progressive, like in a lot of our MD accounts. If you're doing more progressive type treatments, you may want to step up the retinols to really get the skin in good condition prior to those treatments. So outside of the core program, you can add like the retinol booster, the retinol creams to get the A up in the skin at night too, and the overnight mask. There's a lot of different options. But really, you'd have to understand what device that you're using before I could really kind of narrow it down to exactly, but they're all excellent in combination.
Yeah, that's great information. And one of the things we know is that lack of prepping the skin for especially advanced treatments and with modalities can result in adverse effects and reactions. So I love that the MD kit is so convenient. I think Leah mentioned it's so convenient. It's kitted, it's easy to sell. So that's really a key piece of prepping, even just for peels and some of the more advanced treatments we're doing. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, and one more thing, if I may, that goes with this kit though, that you do need to add in your prep is the brightening cream.
Yes.
So that's the only thing that I would add, especially when you're going into your more progressive treatments and your lasers and all of that, is to definitely add to that core kit the brightening cream.
Great information. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to ask this same question to Terry and Leah. Which modalities do you use or feel best pair with Image MD products? I'll start with you, Terry.
Okay. Everything I do, I pretty much prep or have parts of the MD line in their post procedure plan. So that would be in medical microneedling, that's advanced chemical peels, dermaplaning, hypercation of irregularities off of the skin, topical prescriptions and like topical chemos and skin treatments, aloe vera, red light therapy, psoriasis and eczema treatments, blue light therapy, and post Mohs procedure and scar revisions. And so if my clients go to the derm refers them back to me to take, so it'll heal better. They say, go see her first and then go see her after. And, to make sure that the scar heals like it should. So I put them on the MD line for even that stuff, which typically a lot of people say, oh, don't get near that for 6 weeks. Well, why? Because that skin is growing. So let's take care of all the skin around it, So
That's
pretty much
great.
everything. Yeah.
Everything. That's great. Thank you. Leah, how about you? We know you're definitely using it with injectables.
Yeah, so when we do lip fillers on our clients, we've just worked the cost into the lip fillers. We give everybody one of those collagen lip repairs, and it really just helps with the bruising, peeling, and then guess what? People come back for more. So, and then for the microneedling and for peels, like I said, we put the post-treatment mask on everybody, and then have them wash it off like in 2 hours, which is, I know, not the protocol, but that's just what we use and we have good results with it. And then also for the new, the BHA and Perfection Lift peels that don't require that you neutralize them. We use the 10% retinol afterwards just to help synthesize the collagen, and we mix it with the Enhance, like the 25%, I think it's 25% retinol. So we, yeah, that's primarily.
Great. We're learning so much today. I know our audience is soaking all this information up. And we did kind of segue into, or we did already segue into prepping the skin for treatments. And I think we all can agree that ImageMD makes the perfect prep when it comes to treatments and modalities. So we definitely want to emphasize that because it's so easy to sell. It's kitted. Like Gail said, bring in a couple of those other products, the brightening cream, and you've got the perfect prep for your peels and your other advanced modalities. How about Dr. Mark? What do you think about MD products and hyperpigmentation? Which would be the best to use to treat hyperpigmentation in the skin?
Simple regime would be the ImageMD cleanser, obviously in the morning and the evening, and then the restoring brightening cream that actually doesn't have any hydroquinone, which I'm not a big fan of anymore, and then the ImageMD moisturizer SPF 50 during the day. So that would be a super simple protocol for you to get started, to get rid of hyperpigmentation.
Great, thank you. Terry, back to you. How is ImageMD positioned in your practice? Do you use it as your primary collection? Are you using it as step-ups in other regimens? We know that you pair it, but what's its main position in your practice?
Okay, so it's interesting because I have a lot of men in my practice too, but women like to switch things up, right? So initially I get the teenage acne patients, I put them on an Illuma product. And so probably what I would say is up to about 30 years old or 34, I start them on the vitamin C line or something else. And then they move over about 34. I say, okay, let's start talking about this. And I step them up. But then the patients that come in that are over 30, sometimes I start them straight out on MD. And so, like perimenopausal acne patients, of course, need to be on that. That one does better for perimenopausal skin most of the time than using Clear Cell on people old people like me. But anyway, yeah, so that's how I do it. So
that's a great answer. And it really exemplifies how the brand, the breadth of the brand really works, and how we talk about we have something for everyone. So whether it's an acneic teenager, we can treat it. Whether they're old like myself, we can treat. So yeah, that's a great example of how fortunate we are to have such a broad brand. And what about you, Leah? How do you, I think you said you are MD exclusive, correct? Or image exclusive?
We mainly only push for the ImageMD. Since COVID is happening, everybody's getting the mask knee. So I will pair the ImageMD kits with like the probiotic masks or the Clear Cell pads. But for the most part, everybody who's getting Botox gets the MD kits, or we push for them to have the MD kits, even if they're in their 20s, because they're recommending Botox younger and younger. So
preventative, yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much, panelists. Now we're going to switch gears over to Leslie, who I believe maybe is going to field some audience questions for us. But this was wonderful information. I know I always learn from you all when we come together. So we thank you so much for all your information and answers. And Leslie, you're going to take it away and ask us some questions from the audience.
I am. So there are a lot of questions, so we'll get to as many as we possibly can within our time. So the first question is going to be for Kim. Are the Image MD products okay for everyday use, or should they be used moderately?
The Image MD products are excellent for everyday use. When you think about repetition, we know that it's repetition that brings results. If we're working out and we continue to work out regularly, we get great results. Same with our skincare. So absolutely, I would be using the products every single day. Now, there may be products such as a retinol product that you will gradually grow into, especially if you are a user that's newer to retinol. And of course, I always like to pair cleansers like Gail mentioned. So if I find that a cleanser maybe is a little drying for my skin, then I'll alternate, or I'll use it a couple times a week and alternate with other cleansers. But absolutely, they are for everyday use and will yield excellent results in the skin.
Okay, so the next question is for Dr. Marc. Dr. Marc, are there any plans to extend the MD line and possibly a tinted MD moisturizer in the future?
Yeah, look, we're always looking for ways how we can introduce or integrate new products. But on the other hand, we also, the goal was never to have 150 products on the shelf. You know, one of the philosophies at Image was also simplicity and keep it easy and simple to understand and educate. So I see actually us at a stage where we have pretty much everything that you would need, but we're always open for suggestions and ideas. I mean, right now there's nothing directly in the super near future, but if there are great ideas, for example, a tinted moisturizer, that would be a great suggestion, and we look at those suggestions frequently and see if it makes sense.
Thank you, Dr. Marc. The next question that came from our audience is for Gail. What MD products can be combined with total ageless products to help induce peeling, as some of my clients really like to see this effect, especially in the wintertime?
Oh, nice. So something aggressive. I love the total resurfacing mask to also help to get that extra exfoliation, and that'll help to open up the skin to allow whatever you apply next to really penetrate. And then if you're trying to balance that out, of course, you've got the hyaluronic acid that works really nicely to balance out. But if you're trying to get even more exfoliation, I would use the total repair cream as well at night, along with the retinol cream from the MD line. They're all really pretty intense. So if you just kind of double up on those and incorporate maybe 2 or 3 times a week, some more of the retinol products or the overnight masks, that'll help to give you a little bit extra exfoliation.
Thank you, Gail. All right, this question is for Terry. Which skin conditions is Image MD suited for?
Everything. If you have skin, you can use Image skincare.
That is a great answer.
Yeah.
All right, the next question is for Kim. Can I use Image MD with the new Pro products you just launched?
Yes, you can use Image MD with the new Pro products. Obviously, the Pro products are professional only. The MD we can bring into the treatment room, and of course, they translate great into retail sales from the treatment room. The Microderm exfoliator is amazing. How many of you, anybody out there? We can see a few. Yes, thanks, Rebecca. Absolutely love it if you've used it. And it's nice because the new Pro products bring in, well, that the exfoliator in particular brings in a little bit of a sensorial experience. So you really get that coolness along with the senses of granular and more mechanical exfoliation and so forth. So yes, they pair beautifully. The only thing I would say, just to be a little cautious about, is the new exfoliator is such an amazing exfoliating product that we just want to be aware that we're not over exfoliating the skin. But aside from that, you can definitely mix and match and incorporate them together in the treatment room. Like Gail mentioned, I believe it was Gail mentioned, really bringing those products together for an advanced, a stepped up, so to speak, facial treatment protocol. So really nice paired together.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
This question is for Leah. Do clients need to stop using the MD kit a few days prior to peels, advanced peels, or microneedling?
Yeah, so they need to stop using the retinol and the AHAs, which is in the cleanser, and the Vital C, which is the youth serum, 3 days prior, just so they don't get irritated from microneedling or peels. Yes.
Thank you, Leah. And Kim, question for you. Who can purchase Image MD products online?
So the MD products can be purchased by licensed professionals, but it is not sold online to end consumers. So it's just through licensed professionals. So aesthetics, estheticians, are physicians, plastics, etc.
Thank you for clarifying that. And Dr. Mark, can Image MD be used for clients with sensitive skin or rosacea?
Yeah, like we said prior, it's for all skin types. But if you're looking for something for rosacea and sensitive skin, that's why we created the Vital C line. I think the beauty of Image is that it's so versatile, and you don't have just one hammer that you have to hammer your skin on just anything you find out there. So I do believe that if you're truly sensitive and you have rosacea prone skin with even breakouts, then the Vital C line is probably the better fit.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Mark. Well, in lieu of time, we're going to end our questions there. However, I would love to give each of you a chance to let everybody know how to get in touch with you, especially Leah and Terry. So Terry, why don't you let people know how to get in touch with you?
Okay, so I am, what I was told last night when I asked, it's at Spectacular Skin. And I think that's for Instagram, and I'm not sure if that's for Facebook as well, but it's at Spectacular Skin. And then I'm in Memphis, and if you Google Spectacular Skin, I come up. So feel free to text us or call or with questions if you have them.
Thank you, Terry. Leah, how do people get in touch with you?
So our Instagram handle is at Reset Wellness TN. That's the easiest way to get a hold of us.
Thank you. And Dr. Mark, do you want to tell everybody about your Instagram?
Yeah, easy. Dr. Mark with a C Ronert, Ronert.
Perfect. And for anybody to ask any questions to Gail or Kimberly, you can email us at globalevents@imageskincare.com, and we'll make sure they get your questions. And I'm going to turn it back over to Kim to close out the event.
Right. Well, thank you so much. I want to first thank our panelists, especially Dr. Mark, for joining us. We so appreciate anytime we get some FaceTime with you. And Gail, we love you and having you in the field. And our panelists, Terry and Leah, it was so nice to meet you, and we thank you for your time. I know that all of our audience members, which we also thank for joining us, were able to really gain a lot of information and insight, and we're all very appreciative. So get out there, use your MD, sell your MD. It's amazing, and you're going to love it. If you're not super familiar with it, you will fall in love with it. So thank you so much, Leslie, for all your efforts, and I hope that we will see all of you again on our next event.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful
you.
day.
Everyone,
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.